It's Saturday morning out here at the farm. Got a little bit of rain this morning, so I decided to burn some brush piles. Well, one. I've been kind of clearing out the woods. Just kind of thinning it out, getting all that underbrush and junk out. I did that over there. Still haven't finished grading it out. But this was it was about 10 times the size of this. I had piles everywhere and it come a big downpour, so I decided I'd go ahead and set it on fire and get rid of that, because I know this is gonna make some people sad, but I'm probably gonna sell this here in the next month or two. I'm about got all my projects done I want to do out here, and I'm trying to quit tearing everything all to pieces. I finally got everything about the way I want it to look, so I'm gonna finish up kind of clearing what I've been clearing and kind of get everything cleaned up and let somebody else enjoy it. And I'm gonna take that money and start saving up and go ahead and start building a house here pretty soon, so that will help with a good down payment for that. But I'm gonna push this up and I'll talk a little bit more about what I did this week. So I got the fire piled back up. Ain't a whole lot left now, so you can kind of see it's pretty wet. That's kind of what I was doing, thinning out the woods. I almost got stuck in the woods down over there, so I figured that was about far enough to go. It's really wet out here. The ground is about a foot and a half of topsoil, and it gets down to a nasty clay, and it just doesn't let the water soak in, so it kind of sits on top of that and therefore saturates the top surface dirt, and it stays all nice and wet throughout the winter. Over the summertime it dries up and it's fine and dandy, but when it rains all winter long it gets pretty wet. There's another little on the other side of the driveway that I've cleared and haven't finished back over there. It got so wet, but I threw a little bit of grass seed out just to kind of get a little bit of it stabilized. I had left a lot more trees, but that damn ice storm we had, it just it destroyed them, so I had to go in there and rip a bunch of those out. But I didn't take any videos at work. I'm gonna walk down here and show you all the grass that I planted in the back pasture, because it's been 3 weeks today since I did that, and it's starting to come up and it looks actually pretty good. So while I'm walking way back here on the back, I'm gonna talk about what we did this week. Monday we went up to that big project that we're working on, and it had rained all last weekend, so it was just a god-awful wet mess. Tried to do a little bit of work, but it was so muddy you couldn't get anything done. We had pulled the batteries out of the off-road truck on Friday, and it still wasn't a problem, so Monday we pulled off the alternator and took that to my dad's electrical shop, and they checked it, and it actually checked out good. So we didn't really know what to do then, so we had called the Volvo guy, mechanic, to come out there, and he couldn't come that day. So we also tried taking out we needed to replace a bucket pin on the 210, the back linkage pin. It was original and kind of wore down, and needed a new pin and bushing put in that. So we did that, knocked that out, and discovered that Volvo sent us the wrong bushings. Love Volvo, the parts guys, they're not up to par, I don't think. They really don't know what the hell they're doing. Bless their hearts, but anyways, this is what we got to deal with. They gave me like a bushing for like a 140 or something like that, so obviously the damn bushing was smaller than the pin. So needless to say, that didn't work. So we put that back together. We went the rest of the day and got stuff lined up to work Tuesday. Tuesday we cleared a house lot, put in a driveway for the house lot and cleared the house lot. Wednesday built a pad. It's going to be a slab house. Built that. Yeah, so we've been so busy this week I didn't take any videos of it. So let's see, what did we do? Yeah, Wednesday we built a pad. Thursday what did we do Thursday? Oh yeah, Thursday we went back up to that big project, and the Volvo mechanic come out there, and he was diagnosed it down to a bag voltage regulator in the truck. So, and there were some fuses that were blown, so he got those taken care of, and it seems to be good to go now. Got the right bushings for the 210, and so that's all taken care of and put back together. And we started cutting some of the bad dirt out for the road and hauling more good dirt up. While I'm here, here's the pond dam that I seeded. I seeded all that, but every spot that I did not put straw did not come up very good. Duckies are happy. Pollen, gotta love the pollen. The duckies are making more duckies. So it come a good little rain here, so it's got some decent flow. So definitely a good spot for a pond. I'm thrilled with that. I got a couple little low spots like this one right here to fix, but I'm going back here to the backfield. So the Volvo guy, like I said, he's got that and taken care of. It needed like a couple more fuses that were corroded that we need to fix. We need to put a new voltage regulator in the alternator and or change it out. But it is charging now, and the battery should not die while using it. So that's taken care of. And then Friday, see if I can figure out a way to walk where I'm not all through the mud. Friday we cleared beside a house lot. A guy's gonna build a new house, and it was right beside the woods, and we cleared out a section so that the house was only gonna be like 15 or 20 feet away from the woods, so he didn't want any trees to be able to fall onto that and tear his house up. So that's what I did Friday. It was just all little nitpicky stuff. Oh yeah, also Wednesday I also graded Alpha driveway. 2 jobs in that day. And now I'm walking back here to the backfield. I'll go ahead and turn the camera around and start showing you stuff. Field's coming in nice. All this is just all wild grass, whatever you want to call it, that's come up. But it's all nice and green and pretty. So I'm gonna call that well enough alone. And then back here in the back, all across the back is where I hauled all the dirt from the pond. And I cleared all that off, pulled all the topsoil out, put all that nasty dirt in there, and then it got all wet over the winter and I had to wait. But I got all the topsoil spread out 3 weeks ago and seeded and strawed it. About $900 worth of grass seed and straw and fertilizer. That's where a burn pile was. Look how good the grass is right here where I've strewed ashes. I tried spreading some out here in the field. There's just too many damn logs and chunks of wood. But right around here where all the dust blew out, it sure did turn it green. But here's all the grass that I planted back here in the back. The tree right here was the edge of the field before. So it's coming in nice. I'll show you down here. So this is 3 weeks. It was nice, and then it got pretty cold and wet. The night after I planted all the grass seed and put the straw out, it came like a 1-inch downpour, and it washed some bad ruts down there. So I got mad and took the garden rower behind the tractor and built a berm right here to divert any water around the wash area. I'll show you what it did down here. It finally dried off enough where you could walk out here. You'd be walking, you'd sink up to your ankles in mud. It just hasn't got settled in and packed down yet. But it come a big wash right here. I brought up the backhoe down here yesterday and got a big scoop of topsoil, and I was kind of wheelbarrowing it out here, filling in some of these ruts where it washed. But let me get down here and show you what it did. All that water come blasting through here. Figured if I put some more dirt in there and raise it up a little higher, the water wouldn't flow back in. But it washed bad here. It stripped a lot of the topsoil off. because like I said, it come that night and it hadn't got stabilized yet. It washed all that, just blew it all out into the woods, all back here and everything. So I can't really drive anything out here, and like I said, I spent so much on the grass seed and stuff, I don't want to come out here and re-drag it with the box blade or nothing. So I'll just get a scoop of topsoil here and there, wheelbarrow it over here and put it in here. And like I said, once time it grows up, this is where it's so wet it kind of left some divots and stuff, but it's coming in decent until I spilt some. Let it get like that out there, it's really gonna be nice. I'll probably let this sit for another month or two. I'll probably let this seed actually go ahead and get established in and maybe seed out. That way I know it's good and established before I cut it. It'll probably be about 2 foot high. But I don't want to kill it. I read somewhere online, I planted fescue and orchard grass. If you cut the orchard grass too low, it'll actually kill it. So much as I spent on that, I definitely don't want to kill it. But all right here this is where I drove with the backhoe, so I spilled ashes all out here when I was shoveling the dozens and dozens of bucketfuls and or dump truck loads of ashes. So this grass right here got a little potash, and it as you can tell, the different color in it. So I tried spreading some out there in the field, but it just had, the stuff had so many sticks and logs in it, it was just a nightmare having to pick all that crap up. So anyways, there's a little update. That's 3 weeks ago I planted the grass seed, and it seems to be coming up decent.